Hello, Canadians. I'm not doing an intro this time because, well, I would like to cut right to the chase. We are entering some seriously dark times. And I know that's not a great way to open this video, but I just think that you deserve the truth. I think that with this new bill that has been implemented recently, Bill C-11, I think that not a lot of Canadians actually realize just how serious this bill is. And I'm even hoping that this message gets out to the magnitude of which it should be. And I'm not meaning to say that I should gain fame or what have you from this video. I don't care about any of that. I would like to just simply say it for what it is, and hopefully this reaches some people. The idea of creeping totalitarianism is rearing its ugly head. This term has been used by Margaret Atwood to indicate just how our political systems have just dove so far into corruption these last few years, and now it is becoming so difficult to ignore just how terrible things have become. And with a bill that has been implemented of this nature, it will be even more difficult to actually get a truthful message out rather than something that has been warped by the party apparatus. The fact that we have a government that can funnel and control what sort of information that we're exposed to in the online space is grossly tyrannical, and it should have never been allowed to happen. Unfortunately, we have the political climate where this is possible, and we seriously cannot allow a single step further in this direction. This is the sort of policies that are enabled in countries like North Korea and China, openly communist states which rule over their terrain with a iron fist and squash any dissent unprejudicedly. And I don't see why it would be any different here. With legislation that's been passed which bans things like these broad range of firearms and things like that, it makes possible dissent, well, even more difficult. Not saying that we should be openly engaging in violence. I'm the farthest from that. But unfortunately, we have these measures that are now being taken into place where the public space is now becoming heavily regulated. And this is terrifying. And I don't want to sugar this down any. Now, I think that there's also the possibility that our leaders that are currently in power, the Liberal government, they're grossly incompetent. That much is clear. And I don't think that they actually have a single sense of what they're doing, whether if it comes to fiscal policy, security, like with the election interference that has been brought to light as of late. They honestly don't have a goddamn clue of what they're doing. And that much is clear. With that said, I don't think that they're going to be able to keep us down the way that they intend for it to. And with that said, I think this is a time more than ever that content creators come out. If you feel the same way that I do, or loosely speaking, that you actually value in the sense of Western freedom as granted us in the past, we need to be speaking up now. Now more than ever. We don't have, our choices are starting to dwindle. We need to actually voice our concerns in this matter. And if we don't, well, it's going to be scooped up by the party apparatus, and they will take our freedoms away from us. And it seems like they're trying to do that more by the day. With these climate agendas that they're trying to enable, hiring tax rates, increasing the cost of goods, they're trying to basically destabilize our country. That much is clear. And unfortunately, I don't think this is actually a cynical idea. This is just from observation. And some of these things are completely unnecessary. When you look at what is going on in the world right now, increasing the taxes on things like carbon, it's not going to make any of the affairs better. And these gross climate targets that they're looking at to decrease greenhouse gases, they're not even accurate, and they're not actually, with these policies implemented, they haven't made anything better. They've actually made things phenomenally worse. And if we're to actually wean off of carbon, we have to do it in a very slow transition so as not to dispossess people into absolute poverty. Is that more than ever, if you actually go outside and you really drive places, you'll see that homelessness is more rampant than ever. Crime is driven up phenomenally ever since the Liberal Party has come in, and drug use is even higher. Now also with them not even improving treatment programs, they're just starting to decriminalize things to the extent of which they think that's going to make things better, which is just utterly absurd. And I'm just so disappointed in the way that this has gone, as I'm sure many of you are. But that is no reason to be backing down. We need to be communicating with one another, establishing communities, gaining our strength, especially if you actually are aggrieved by the state of affairs. Now is more than ever to actually start trying to make a difference in some way. But I recognize that this is way too big for any one person to take on. Whether if that means just strengthening the relations within your own life, something as small as that, or reaching out to a legislative head, trying to communicate just how serious this affair is, we need to do something. To which I've been trying my best to do these things as well. And I've sent dozens of letters to our party heads trying to make a difference where I can. And I would absolutely and utterly appreciate it if you could do the same. I'm reaching out directly to you, the viewer that's watching this video, for you to try and do something, to have a call to responsibility, a call to the people that you care for, if nothing else, just to try to make things better. And I suppose that's all I have to say for now. And I know that for the last couple podcasts I've talked about establishing a community. I just want to make sure that when I go to establish a Discord channel, that it is everything that I'm trying to make it. So I'll keep you posted for that, and hopefully I'll have it up and running soon. Expect a new episode within the next few days, as I have plenty of material to comment upon. Thank you for listening, and I hope you're looking out for one another. Thanks again. Consider please liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing this channel. Thanks again.